Matthew 22 continues the intense final days of Jesus' ministry in Jerusalem. The religious leaders are questioning him, testing him, and trying to trap him. But in the process, Jesus reveals some of the most important truths about God's kingdom. At its heart, it is an invitation to a life of radical love and purposeful invitation. The chapter begins with the parable of a wedding banquet. A king prepares a great feast for his son and sends invitations far and wide. But the invited guests make excuses. Some ignore the invitation, others reject it outright. Eventually, the king sends his servants into the streets to invite anyone they can find. God's kingdom is like a gracious invitation. It's offered freely, but it must be accepted. Don't treat God's invitation casually. Life with Him is not something to postpone or ignore. His grace is wide, generous, and persistent, but it also requires a response. It's not enough to simply show up. We must be transformed. We can get so bogged down in the urgent that we miss the eternal. Next, the Pharisees try to trap Jesus by asking about paying taxes to Caesar. They hope to force him into choosing between loyalty to Rome or loyalty to God. Jesus responds, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." Earthly responsibilities matter, but our ultimate allegiance belongs to God. Then the Sadducees question him about the resurrection, something they didn't believe in. Jesus explains that they misunderstand both the scriptures and the power of God. He reminds them, and us, that God is the God of the living. Our relationship with Him reaches beyond this life. And then comes the moment that feels like the heartbeat of the chapter and maybe even the Bible. Asked to name the greatest commandment, Jesus says, "Love God with everything you are and love your neighbor as yourself." It's beautifully simple and endlessly challenging. If you ever feel overwhelmed, this is the place to return. Love God, love people. Everything else grows from there. If we miss these, nothing else matters. Matthew 22 reminds us that faith isn't about clever arguments or religious appearances. It's about responding to God's invitation and living a life centered on loving God completely and loving people sincerely. Your life isn't just a series of obligations. It's an invitation to a banquet.